Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's lecture on Latinx music. As in the previous weeks, chapters from the popular culture text, I'm just going to highlight a few of the examples that they talked about in the reading. So in this chapter, focusing on music, they talked about folk music and corridos as one example of that kind of music. Corridos became a musical form for documenting the racist experiences of Mexican Americans throughout the Southwest. The Ballad of Gregorio Cortes, which is a famous corrido, documents an incident where the rancher Gregorio Cortes is accused of killing an Anglo lawman after miscommunication between the two. The story of Gregorio Cortes has also influenced Chicano cinema, becoming a popular film starring Chicano actor Edward James Olmos. The reading also talked about Tejano music. One of these was conjunto music, a form of music representing resistance against Anglo mainstream by working class Tejanos. Most well-known Tejano music artists include Selena, who represented the crossing over of a Latina artist into the US mainstream. And as we saw in the reading, there are various different kinds of music that fall under Tejano music, and also gives us a sense that Chicano music also varies depending on region. Another popular form of music that perhaps many of you are familiar with is mariachi music. This is a transregional form of music found throughout the United States. Mariachi musicians immigrated to the United States following the Mexican Revolution and was popularized in the 1920s and 1930s through Mexican films. Groups consistently use a distinct form of dress, as you see pictured in the image here. The reading also talked about Chicano rock and roll. Two examples were Richie Valens, 1950s, famously known for the popular song La Bamba, who died in an airplane crash in 1959, and a film was made of his life years later. We also have Carlos Santana, who began performing in the 1970s. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and has earned several awards, including Grammys. A final example of Chicano music that the reading talked about were Chicano rappers. This was a West Coast form of hip hop that provides commentary on race, ethnicity, and Chicano culture. Popular rappers include Kid Frost, Cypress Hill, and Little Rob. So I'm interested to see your thoughts on Latin music, on Latinx music, as discussed in this chapter in the discussion post. What forms are you familiar with, and so on. So I look forward to reading your discussion post this week. Have a good week.